Hey guys, thanks for tuning in for one of my exciting videos. I just want to take just this brief minute to correct myself later in the video. First of all, being this next segment, my original initial credit limit that Apple and Goldman Sachs gave me was $5,500, not $5,000. That $500 difference is big in the scheme of credit utilization. So it was $5,500 and not $5,000. Secondly, what I'm trying the information that I'm trying to pass on that Bird 203 BYRD 203 gave me that helped me to get my first credit limit increase with Apple and Goldman Sachs, that's like a major hurdle with them. For some reason they don't work like other credit cards, but anyway, thanks to him I was able to get over this first hurdle. And what I'm failing to point out, guys, is from the time you get alerted that your statement is available, within 3 days you want to pay that off completely. Then within 3 days of that is when you want to ask for your credit limit increase. 3 days. 3 days from your statement being available, pay it to zero. Within 3 days of that, request your credit limit increase. But there's a catch to that. And let's get into the video. Y'all stand by and thank you for watching, and be sure to check the end of the video when I reveal my newest credit limit increase. Here we go. Hey y'all, welcome to Miami, Florida. Today we're talking about the Apple credit card. Now, in my first Apple video, someone commented, hey, get you one of those external mics. Well, it's a little windy out here today. Of course, that's typical Miami for you. It does have some wind from time to time. It's kind of normal. But I do have me an external mic here, and so far in testing it, I think it's doing a pretty good job. We'll see how the end result is. Anyway, if you've seen my previous Apple and Apple Card videos, in the beginning, they offered me a ridiculously low credit limit, $5,000. $5,000, I pay $5,000. So, that considering my other credit limits are $30,000, $40,000, so forth. So I was really disappointed, but I went ahead and accepted it when they. And let me back up, by the way, in case you've never had an Apple Card, you apply for it. They don't do a hard inquiry. They tell you how much your limit's going to be, and then you can accept it or decline it. I kind of wish I had declined it, and I'll tell you why. Because I just learned in someone else's video that I watched a few weeks ago, and I can't remember the guy's name, or I would put his link here in the description. And if I find his link, I will post it in my description. So be sure to check my description. You should always be checking the descriptions, folks. But anyway, a guy in this description was talking about how he went through, did the application. They told him what his limit was going to be. He didn't accept it that day. Went into TransUnion, which TransUnion is who Apple, or excuse me, Goldman Sachs goes through on credit. They do the soft pull and the final hard pull through TransUnion. He goes to TransUnion, freezes his credit, comes back within like 24 hours, and it's all still there, and he accepts it. He doesn't have a hard inquiry. So if I find that video, I will post the link in my description. So be sure to check it, because I want to try to find it. Anyway, the point to my rambling is I wished I would have thought of that and done that. So in the beginning, I accept my low credit limit, get the card. Of course, I'm using the card. I bought this iPhone 12 Pro Max on it, and that's $1,668 right out the door. And then I start putting other charges on it, and obviously it is running up my credit utilization. With a $5,000 credit limit, I'm at like $2,000, $2,500 charged on it already, and that's 40, 42, 47, whatever percent of my internal calculator broke. And that really decreased my credit utilization, and it killed my credit score with a hard inquiry. It got down from 820 to like, I don't know, I want to say it was 777, 779, something like that. I said it in the previous, it was in the high 770 range, and I was appalled. Then I started listening to this YouTube channel called The Credit Game, and I learned quite a bit from old Mike. Anyway, he talks about adding authorized users. Well, I love my dear sweet mama, and I do the best I can to help her, and she likes for me to pick up things for her. So I had her add me to her credit card as an authorized user. In some cases, it's called a trade line. In this case, boom, it jumped right up. and it went from 777 or 779 to 820 something, 822 right off, boom. And then I took Mike's advice on some other issues about paying off my credit cards on the date the statement closes, and my credit score jumped to 838, which is where I am right now, 838. So thanks, Mom, and thanks, Mike at the Credit Game. I mean, I thought I knew about credit, and I've stayed on top of my credit through the years, but I always like to learn new things. So I highly recommend checking out the Credit Game. That's the name of his channel. I've learned quite a bit from him, and thanks to that, thanks to those two tips right there, of having my mom add me as authorized user. Of course, she's got an old card with a $10,000 plus credit limit, and which is, it's aged and seasoned, I think is the term that he uses. That and paying my credit cards on the day the statement closes, not the day that it says, hey, your bill's due by this date, but the day that they stop billing on that billing cycle, paying it on that day, my score just jumped, because the day of the statement close is the day that they report to the credit bureaus, and now my credit cards show as zero balance, even $30,000-$40,000 balance showing zero. And if I let it ride and paid it all off about a few $100s, or left $1,000 on it, I would still have a low credit utilization, which is what the credit bureaus is looking at. They want a low credit utilization, and the credit card companies themselves love it because they're getting their money back quick. They think, well, this guy knows how to manage his money, and they're offering me more money, so why not? So anyway, I get the card in November the 8th. Early April, now let me back up. Let me look up this guy's, folks, I'm going to pause here just for a second to look up some YouTube channel people that helped me along the way, and I'll be right back. Sorry about the delay. I had a whole nother segment recorded and then went to replay it, and the wind was interfering with it. It was all as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I've got an external mic, and I also have one of those hairy things you put over it for the wind, but it's still it's horrible. It's 13, 15 mile an hour winds down here today, and that's typical Miami. It can get like that from time to time, so I'm having to redo it indoors. Anyway, here we go. Marvin Francos, and forgive me, I don't want to butcher his name. It's Francois. Marvin Francos, Francois, is the gentleman that had the video about how to get an Apple Card without a hard inquiry, and it was genius. I wish I'd have thought of it. So next time I got to think better. Anyway, I will post a link to that video in my description, and folks, you should always be looking in the descriptions of a YouTube video. So I will post a link to that video from Marvin Francos, as well as the Credit Game, a link to the Credit Game channel. Guys, I have got two very helpful tips from that channel and from Mike, the guy that owns the company, and so forth. And y'all should check him out. Anyway, back to my point, back to my rambling. So where was I? I got my card, and Bird 203, BYRD 203, gave me some very helpful advice. Apparently it's a game, you all, when you're trying to get your first credit limit increase. So what I did, and what Bird said to do, was you get to have a minimum of 20 transactions per month, and they like to see it over a course of a few months, unfortunately. So come early April, also part of that game is 20 transactions, your statement closes at the end of the month. Then you wait for the statement to be in a PDF form where you can find it on card.apple.com or in your wallet or whatever, and then you pay that statement completely, pay it off, no balance remaining, and then make sure that the money clears your bank account, and then from there go into your Apple wallet and your Apple Card. In the upper right hand corner will be a little icon. You tap that icon, and then it takes you to more information about your Apple, how to get in touch with them, to call them or message them. You want to hit message, and then just put in 3 words: credit limit increase, and then go through the prompts. And it's a bot you're dealing with. You want to do this, by the way, from 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on at night. not during business hours, because you want to deal with that bot, not a human. And that's what I did in early April. And I finally got my credit limit increase. Guess what? Drum roll, please. They gave me $4,500 increase. So I'm now at $10,000. Now I was hoping to bump me up to where I should be, anywhere from 20,000 and beyond. But I am at 10,000. So now what I am doing is I am just using my Apple Card most of the time. I try to use it primarily when I can use it through the wallet, or use it, like, of course I'm not buying any Apple products at the moment, but where I can get 3% is when I buy Apple products. Or certain other select merchants like Nike, Uber, and we've used Uber here in Miami and Memphis, because we stopped in Memphis 2 days on the way here to Miami. And I got 3% off. I got 2% when I booked a ticket with Southwest and just did it with a non-Apple computer desktop and booked my Southwest tickets and got 2% off. I was kind of surprised. But anytime you manually swipe the card or just use it and it's not through the Apple Wallet or the select merchant, you're only getting 1% most of the time. Apple really needs, Goldman Sachs really needs to increase the cash back, because that's just kind of pathetic. But anyway, I'll take what I can get and thankful for it. So I'm now at $10,000. I'm using my card all the time, and what I'm doing is I'm paying the state. At the end of the month is Apple or Goldman Sachs closing statement date. Now, at the end of your closing statement day, the day of your closing statement is when they report to the credit bureaus, which is what I've learned from Mike at the Credit Game. And as I may have mentioned earlier, I've been doing this with my other credit cards, and it really increased my credit score. I pay my credit cards off on the day the statement closes. Not wait to get an email or snail mail. Here's your bill. This is your due date. I pay it off the date the statement closes. And it has jumped my credits up to 838. I was at 820 in the beginning. Then, thanks to the hard inquiry, along with the high credit utilization because of their ridiculous low credit limit, and the fact that I had a hard inquiry because of my business, through my business, I had to get a new credit line of credit, and they checked my personal credit as well. Those three things, I got knocked down from my 820 to a 777. But then taking Mike the Credit Game's advice and getting added as an additional authorized user to my mom's credit card that is, seasoned. It's over 10 years old and has over $10,000 credit limit. And along with paying off my other credit cards on the day the statement closes, I'm now at 838 credit score. So very thankful. Would love to see 850, but the fact is, folks, when you're 780 or above, it don't matter what your score is. You're going to get the same type of loans, low interest rates, etc., whether you're at a 780 or 838. So, but it would just be nice to hit 850. Who wouldn't want to have an 850 credit score? Anyway, so that's it, folks. I got a $4,500 credit limit increase, finally, thanks to Bird 203. And $4,500 limit increase to $10,000, hoping for 20 on my next one, because I'm using the card all the time, paying the statement the date the statement closes, end of the month, and going to try it that way, like a regular credit, like I do the other credit cards, and see what happens, because Goldman Sachs ought to know me by now. We'll see. I will update in the future and let you know how that works on my next credit limit increase. But so far, I like the Apple credit card. I just wish that they gave you more cash back and were more reasonable in their credit limits initially in their card, credit limit offerings when they offer you a credit card when you apply. They need to be offering 5% cash back. Come on, people. This is 2021. Let's get with it, Goldman Sachs. You got plenty of money. So does Apple. Anyway, that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. By the way, for those of you that are Miami Vice lovers, this is where I usually stay. And the beach is right behind me. But here at Miami Beach, just north of South Beach, which South Beach is still considered Miami Beach. The sign down there even says so. I had to point that out to Stephanie last night. But right next door to me is a historical location, because 36 years ago, in an episode of Miami Vice titled definitely Miami. Ted Nugent walks out on the balcony, looks around at the beautiful scenery and says, definitely Miami. Juan Hammer even titled a song uh, by that same name, definitely Miami, which I have in my playlist on YouTube. Feel free to check out my Miami music on my YouTube channel, y'all. Just go to my channel, and I forgot what it's under, my videos or whatever, but I have a playlist called Miami Music, and you'll find it there. But yes, 36 years ago, next door is where they did some filming in the episode Definitely Miami, along with several other Miami Vice episodes. All along through here, South Beach, downtown. Hey, I love it here. What can I say? I hope you all have a blessed day. If you haven't been to Miami, you should come. It's beautiful here. Lord willing, and I can ever get back to where I used to be or where I would like to be, I hope to live here at some point. We'll see. I'm just now starting to live again after losing my life 5 years ago due to a former business partner and his co-conspirators that basically were laundering money, and I got caught in the middle and lost everything I had. I didn't have a pot to urinate in or a window to throw it out of, but by the grace of God, here I am. It's over, and I should be getting close to half of it back, and I'm thankful to get back what I get back, but what I have lost, it would make you sick. It makes me sick. It's very, very sad. It hurts me very much. But God willing, He'll open the doors for me, and I can move forward and hopefully make it back and then some. We'll see. God bless you all. Have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, I got a remote here. Oh, by the way, one of these days I'll figure out how to use this. That's right, y'all. 848. I am very thankful to God for this credit score. As Mike at the Credit Game says, you can have an 800 or 820 credit score, but it's the other details that matter, such as your debt to income ratios and so forth. And I've got all that covered. And by the grace of God, I'm debt free. You see right there it says 504, and that bill's actually already paid, but I live off credit cards and pay them the day the statement closes, unless for something like that I might let ride, that you see right there, and that's got me up to 848, 2 points away from a perfect score, and I'm just thankful. Didn't think I'd ever see it. Y'all take care. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.